Yo, we are back with some more ProTA World Championship 2024. So, round one is officially complete. You can see winners and the losers listed here. It is interesting to note that there were no game threes. Everything was won 2-0, or in the case of Betten and Sabretooth, 1-0, as Saber has decided to drop out. So, this is how the bracket looks now. The winners were Smokester and Metten, Coastal Breezy, Rock, Polnick, Munka, or Lon. Those are going to be some great matches. Every single one of them should have some amazing games from them. On the loser side of things, I mentioned previously that Sabretooth has dropped out, so Snake Eater will automatically advance to round 2. He will face either Vapor or Redox. And then there's Minter and Brown Ranger, aka Agave. And then the match that we will be covering today is me, MEALSOLUTIONS, and Dorn. Dorn is a great player. I previously mentioned that he had taken some time off, so maybe he's not firing at 100%, but still he knows the basics of the game, and he knows how to win. So that being said, let's go look at our map choices. Here we are. So game 1 will be on GPP, game 2 on Comet Catcher, and game 3, if there is one, on Absinthe Frappe. When approaching my bans, I just did my usual of trying to ban the old school hybrid maps, so John's Pawn and Gods of War immediately out. My last ban was actually Storm Superdry. At this point, I had not played the map yet, and he had played it against Lon, and I figured that he probably would have learned a lot from that game playing it. And since I hadn't played it yet at all, I definitely wanted to ban it. Absinthe Frappe, I think I've only played like twice, but still I felt like I would have a more of a chance on that map since it's more conventional. It's still a very interesting and unique map, but not anywhere near what Storm Superdry is. And Dorn ban, Get Your Riot Gear, Positive Elitism, and all 3 maps that I would have loved to play. But in any case, let's talk about the games we will play. DPP for sure, Comet Catcher for sure, and then potentially Absinthe Frappe. DPP and Comet Catcher, I know for a fact Jorn has to be favored on. But you know, I feel decent in my own right. I've had some okay games on GPP. I've beaten Smokester, Redox, and a couple other people. No one, I would say, as good as Jorn, in my opinion. But you know, I felt like I could hold my own. Comet Catcher, completely, I do not feel good about that one at all. When I went ahead and chose that for map 2, I was thinking to myself, I would rather go ahead and just get this tournament over with as quickly as possible, so I could focus on other stuff like casting and playing other things and stuff like that. So I do not expect to win this. I honestly don't expect to get to a game 3. If we do get to play on Absinthe Frappe, awesome. But I'm not. I'm not going with the mindset I'll actually get there. Yeah. Anyway, let's hope I can pull out at least some entertaining stuff. Yeah. Here we go. Game 1 on GPP now. All right, and we're off. Game 1 on good old GPP. We have me in teal on the top left, and Jorn in blue on the bottom right. So when Jorn had first come back to playing TA from, I don't know how long he was away, probably a few years or so. The first maps I ever saw him play were on GPP, and he was just like immediately crushing people when he played, and I hadn't seen really anybody play like him. He wasn't doing anything special. It just seemed that he would be able to defend well, and then his counterattacks would just be massive. He would have just way more than his opponents. And, you know, I've played him a few times, and the game's pretty much all played out like that. Like, he would defend very well, be able to fend off any oncoming attacks, and then after a little bit, he would just have so many numbers that he would completely overrun. So, coming into this, I was kind of expecting the same thing, where I would, you know, maybe try to prod and probe or whatever, and he would fend off everything, and I would just eventually just get absolutely wiped. So I kind of decided that I wasn't really going to try to do much attacking. I know that he always does 3 cons right away, so in theory, I should be able to take advantage of that. Like, if you know what your opponent's going to do, good players will have a way to be able to counter that. I don't really know how, so looks like that's funny. He didn't go 3 cons right away this time. Of course, I just say that, but you know, previously I had talked with him, and he said he always goes 3 cons, not 1, not 2, but 3 right away. And this one game he doesn't. That's really funny. But anyway, so what I plan to do is really nothing special. So I'm going to try to shore up my area, expand a bit, and just play very passive. You know, going into the series, I believe I already mentioned that I don't foresee myself being able to pull off a victory in the series, but maybe, you know, maybe a game. That would be nice. So if I don't feed him my metal, or a bunch of metal early, and let him take advantage of getting the reclaim, then maybe I can, you know, just win. Also, how about that, him not prioritizing the high value metal first? But I do. Ha ha ha. Another thing I'm pretty bad at is, you know, I'm going to have my units flow like this way, like down here. So usually I emphasize defending like this side a lot more, so that often leads me with this side wide open. So I'm trying to kind of balance it a little bit by taking the mexes and putting some MTs up at the same time. Hopefully. Alright, you can see he's trying to do some early attacks. I definitely know it's coming. It's like he's just trying to find a way in. I wonder if I pulled these, or I may have accidentally just, yeah, I think that's what I did. Or no, am I building MTs? Okay, yeah. Alright, so this is something, well, if these were peewees, that's something that would normally just be able to get through right away. Because I would see he has units down here, prepare for that, and then just allow peewees to get through. Luckily they were just fleas. Yeah, he's pretty much playing exactly like I was expecting so far, where he's not trying to expand too much. He's just locked down his corner and, you know, we'll try to build out from there. Let's check a total. So he's 200 metal ahead. I decide that I do want to raid around a little bit, see if I can come across something. But like, look, that's already like a pretty big clump of units. Like, you can see how what he does is, you know, shore himself up, get his units in a big ball, so that when the time comes, he can just run straight in. But maybe, just maybe, if I can... I wonder if you saw that. Maybe, just maybe, if I can spread them out enough, I can break this giant clump up. Yeah, you can see I'm trying to do that, because I know everything's over here. But I really don't have enough numbers to be able to effectively do anything. Unit totals. So I'm actually up a couple units. Just built another con. Oh, I think I saw that con. I really want it now. And I know that he was going to pull all that back, so I'm going to use that. Try to come in, and he sees. Did I mark the lab? Yeah. Oh man, I didn't get that con. Look at that. Unlucky. Alright, so that attack didn't really do anything. Gave him some metal. Yeah, he's about to start his big ball counters now. What's unfortunate is that he is driving me out of my expansion when I couldn't contest his right here. Get that no shake. Yeah. Alright, you know, overall, not too bad. I lost some AKs, but I was able to protect my cons, and now I get to go in there and get the reclaim. You know, he's not expanding up here too much yet. Actually, how many cons does he have? He has 1, 2, 3 on the lab, 4, and then this one 5. How many for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 1 extra con. 600 metal down now. In 18 units. That's a pretty good amount of units. I'm actually ahead on kills right now. Kind of surprised about that. Oh, another thing with me playing defensive is what I like to try to do is get the storms out and then just kite them back, because they do, you know, a pretty good amount of damage. So I like to kite them back to try to hit the peewees and, you know, get a lot of kills. One thing that they are traditionally used for are just going in and killing MTs. So it's a pretty large metal investment to put out the storms. And if you're not doing stuff like cutting off their expansion with them. You can kind of get behind if the other person keeps putting out peewees. So we'll need to see if I can get something done. This looks like a pretty good attack. You know, I'm coming in, I'm drawing him this way, pulling his units over so I can try to get something done over here. But I sense that I'm getting pinched, so I back out, come back in over here. I see this juicy con that I want to kill, but I feel like I'm not going to be able to get it, so I back out. Ooh, this looks like I could get something done over here. That would be great. Unfortunately, my forces down there are taken out. Do I see that con? I do, but I don't know if I actually noticed it. Let's get radar coverage. If you didn't notice, Jorn has started his... Oh, did he cancel it? Because he had started an advanced lab. Maybe he just turned it into another T1. Yeah, I'd say at this point I'm doing okay. I'm definitely behind in metal. Yeah, so I'm 1k behind now. But I'm not letting him overwhelm me on his counterattacks. I will say that I really wish I could settle this expansion down and get it claimed. Also, I should have taken out this. And honestly, probably should have taken out this as well, because like that lets him keep this mechs up. He keeps the con there to get the reclaim in. Alright, here I'm pushing in now. Let's see if I can actually get something done. I mean, it looks like it would be pretty winnable for me. Oh no! Gas bags, no! If you look up, I'm on a pretty doing decent on the KD. All right, check this out. So here's the theme for this game. You should already be able to tell. I am getting in some decent positions, but I'm playing very, very passive, like I mentioned earlier. So like this right here, I had essentially broken through. All I needed to do was move forward. Oh, this is unlucky. So he's gonna get into my energy right there. And what happened here was I at some point realized that I needed energy like right away. So I hit Control B, found an idle con, and then just queued up some wins right there. But going back to down here, I was in a very good spot to take out this expansion right here. I was up on units. I had my storms that could easily take out the defenders, but my sense of needing to play passive made me pull back. So I ended up kind of just like hanging around in the area, not committing. And then by the time I did want to commit, he was able to get his reinforcements over, which ended up, I didn't get the con, I didn't take out the MTs, and left him a giant wreck field. So now, he's able to get up, start up his advance, being able to power it off of all this metal right here. On top of that, while I was messing around, you know, not getting anything done here, he was able to come in up here, take out my wins, break through, and do some damage. And then remember over here when I failed to commit to get this con? Look at what he's done. He's gotten reclaim, gotten more mexes up. It's coming up here. So you can kind of see the theme from this game already, where I've got the units to be able to attack the expansion, but like I'm just not committing. And from that, he's able to claim this whole section. Like, look at that right there. These units easily could have taken that out, but I back away. And what's going to happen is his lead in income is going to explode. So he was up 1k earlier. He's up 2k now. With him expanding here, getting all of this, and he will certainly be looking to get these mexes up soon. He's probably going to get up some Moho metal extractors eventually. Right now he's just going straight warrior. When I was actually playing the game, I didn't feel like I was doing bad per se, but I could tell that was a nice little explosion on for me. I could tell that I just wasn't getting enough done, and I didn't know what to do. If you're an FPS player at all, there's some times where you just need to hold down W and keep going forward. And I think that's probably what I should have been doing. Like, I had the units here. Even if I lost everything, I could have taken out this, hopefully killed the Khan, and stopped his forward progress. Same thing with down here. Even if I didn't kill the Khan, I could have taken out this forward expansion. And he wouldn't have that metal uncontested for that long. Oh yeah, I did the same thing again. I needed more energy, and yeah, unlucky. But we're getting towards the real breaking point here, where he's about to bust in with advanced units, and it's not looking good for me. Another thing that you notice him do there is when he had broken some units through, what most newer players or inexperienced players do is that they'll just keep going forward. And if you think about it, like, the labs will be over here. This area is likely to be the most heavily defended. So what he did, and what is better practice to do, is to kind of go away to look for the stuff on the outskirts. Because he was able to take out, a couple MTs here, so that when his next set of units come in, they won't have to worry about those defenses. Yeah, he never even got out in advanced con. He's just going for the kill. This little group of warriors right here, that may be the end for me. But you just take a look at the map, and like the space that he has compared to me, you can pretty much tell that the game's over. I will likely GG out soon. It's cute, getting a nice little D gun in. Yeah, this game's over. I think I didn't play great overall, but the biggest mistake I made was not committing to these attacks. Like, all this expansion just shouldn't be there. Like, when I had my units here and here, I should have just pushed in and just shut it down completely. Same thing with down here. none of this should be there. But, you know, lessons learned. Hopefully I will be able to, you know, learn from it and apply it going forward. Look at my hero commander. How many kills now? 8? 9? Yeah, usually I would go ahead and control D from this point. Like, I'm not one that likes to draw games out. If I see the writings on the wall, I just, you know, I'd rather move and get on to the next game. Oh no. What are you doing, man? Are you gonna try to roach bomb me or something? Bye-bye, lab. Wonder how long I was muted there. Anyway, what I was saying was normally what I would do versus Jorn is attack and, you know, he would defend it properly and reclaim all that metal, and then on the ensuing counterattack or one closely after, he would just overwhelm me and, you know, completely engulf me with sheer numbers. In this match, as I mentioned a few times, played decidedly more passive, and when using my storms, I did not commit to pushing in and taking out the MTs to stop his expansion, which allowed him to continue building mexes, MTs, giving him full control of the rec field, and then eventually getting up into advanced K-bot and warriors, and I just couldn't stop it from there. But I think that will be a lesson learned going forward. And oh yeah, also a couple of those Gasplant bag explosions helped him down south. that wasn't fun. But anyway, game 2 will be on what is it? Shoot. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember right now. But game 2 coming up now. Yes, game 2 on Comet Catcher. That's what it was. I had forgotten. So anyway, Comet Catcher, we have Jorn in the top right, myself and Teal in the bottom left. And on GPP, I definitely played too passive overall, especially when I was getting out storms. I need to use those to take out the DT, or not DTs, MTs, and stop his forward expansion. So I am going into this game thinking, you know, I want to try to be more aggressive. I want to not let him have just complete free reign to expand. So I will try. And my cat's going crazy. I don't distracting me. But so yeah, I will try to put some pressure on and see if I can stop his forward progress. As far as what I'm going to do, I can't remember if I walked to this one. Yeah. So I leave myself pretty vulnerable to Jeffries and Weasleys, as the cool kids say. I know Smokester, he normally does like, I think he does those, and then these two. He walks like a mile. But yeah, from everything I've heard, this is actually one of Jordan's best maps. GPP, obviously, he's a force to be reckoned with. But on Comet Catcher, he is supposedly a beast as well. So again, going into the series, I was pretty sure that I would not have a chance to really pull off a win. But, you know, give it a shot. Normally, I would make a slasher or, yeah, slasher's core, right? I would make a slasher here, but from watching and playing Jorn, I was not too concerned with any early Jeffreys or Weasleys, so I just went straight con. Another thing to wonder is, how am I going to manage my energy throughout the game? There have been a lot of games where I would be doing well, but then I'd get hamstrung on energy as soon as I start getting out like more factories, and then I wouldn't have the energy to, you know, run my eco. Yep, I'm going just straight cons. 3 right off the bat. He's, what is that, 2 cons? Yeah. So he did 1 to start expanding, and then 1 stayed here. Now it looks like he's moving that one out to expand. I wonder if he's going to walk his con back. Yeah. Kind of like that, because, like, you know, the commander guarding the lab does take a significant... Oh, I'm going another con. Man, look at me. Oh, that's the same one that was slow building. Okay. But yeah, so, like, what happened with me is that I kept my commander guarding the lab, and I was just stalling the whole time. So what he did in that scenario was he had his con guard it for a little bit while his commander took these, capped these metal spots, and then had his con go on the expansion. That let him not stall as bad as I did. And also probably got him a couple hundred ahead of me now. Yeah, 200. I do have 3 cons out expanding now. So it's possible that I could catch up, as long as I don't let my cons die. So it looks like he's sending flashes out both directions. I'm kind of just defensively placing my instigators now. I think eventually I will send some up this way, and then maybe a couple up this way as well. Another thing that I had in mind was I have 1 con over here and then 2 cons going out this way. So this 1 con, what I had in mind to do was kind of like put up a whole bunch of empties here. That way, you know, this would be defended by, you know, traditional defenses, and then here more expansion and unit defense. Yeah. Oh, and now he has some Jeffries coming out. Okay. I forgot about that. So he's already hooking some solars. I am not just using my commander to build. Yep, yep. Wonder... I always wonder, like, how many MTs are really necessary on maps like this. Let's check out some radar coverage. I go through weird spurts with radar because sometimes like I just completely forget to build radar at all. And then you see here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 radars within, you know, one little section of the map. Uh-oh. Are the Jeffries gonna kill this con? No. Not to Jeffries. Okay, good. Yeah, he's taken up a good bit of the map already. So like that would be if I had, you know, been up into this area as well. This is something I need to get better with. I should have like stopped by here and then here. Like that mech should not be there now. These guys should not be stopping. Because that's on radar, right? Yeah. I stopped in his radar coverage, but he knew exactly. Ooh, can I get this con? Am I looking at it? Do I see it? There we go. Okay. This is great for me. This is a huge win for me. I am very bad at early rating. You could see that, like, you know, the mechs over here. Let's do that no shake. Didn't hit the mechs here. Could have gotten that one as well. I came close to missing that con. I had my units just stop right here. So my early rating definitely needs improvement. And getting that con is actually a pretty big win for me. Alright, also we have down here, missed it, but I got another con. So 2 cons, and he failed his attempt to get mine. You can see I'm starting to push up over here now. Please tell me I get that extractor. Okay. This one too. This one too? No? No way. Oh man. Mia, what are you doing? Yeah, as far as my rating goes, that was very successful. Killed a few MTs. I definitely killed a couple mexes. And then 2 cons. That's great for me. What does that do for me metal-wise? I'm down 1k. Wonder... Let's see. He's up 11 units. That's a pretty big force. What I mentioned in the previous game is that Jordan is really good at building up a ball of units after defending and then hitting back hard, and it looks like it's happening here. And check this out. Remember how I mentioned the energy earlier? Well, look, I'm struggle busting here. I've got my second lab up and going and immediately start stalling energy, so I had to pull the con that should have already been making solars already, and now I'm probably accessing metal too because of that. Ooh, do I get this guy? Do I see him? Okay, so he's in the view. but I'm looking down here. Unlucky. Okay. This does not look good. It's a pretty big group of flashes. I'm gonna need this to grab a con. Because these guys, they're gonna do some damage. And you can see I've already lost track of them. And then he split them off too. I did react to that. No, don't stop. Keep going. Oh, what? Come on now. Yeah, this is bad. Niche Goot. Have another group coming in here. I'm starting my advanced vehicle. I don't know. I don't know if that's really necessary now. He's running on 3 labs. I think because I was what do you call it? Accessing metal. I thought to myself, like, I really need to use it, so I just put down an advanced lab. When I'm already stalling on energy, and then being raided by, you know, forces. So probably not an ideal strategy. Letting this one flash get this damage done, that's not great. Yeah, things are starting to fall apart here for me. You know, I grabbed the con here, grabbed another one, I forget where it was. Somewhere in the middle, right? You probably already reclaimed it. So early I grabbed those 2 cons. I had some decent raiding done, killed a few metal extractors. And then basically it all fell apart once I forgot to build my energy. Yeah, him getting through like this is very bad. You know, normally it's not a great idea to run straight into their base once attacking, because those will be like the areas that are typically best defended. You have the labs there for early or quick reinforcements. Plus there's generally some static D. But when you know that you're a good bit ahead, then, you know, just go straight in. Because, like, even though he gave me, you know, the Rex, like, he did enough damage of taking out my energy that it was worth it, at least in my opinion. My attack didn't really get much done. I kind of just threw those units away, but I felt like I had to try to do something to get the pressure off of me. Honestly, I do that a lot. And I have a hard time, like, because, like, my units were up here, right? So I couldn't really pull them back to defend because they wouldn't get back in time. Unfortunate. Nothing here to defend with. Oh yeah, so I had these going up here, and then I saw all this coming in. What's my radar coverage like? Decent. Yeah, things are not looking good. So yeah, there we go. I saw them coming in. I pulled these back, and then I was like, well, I'm just gonna try to defend with what I have, so let me go attack with these. And like the indecisiveness like that is a you know, pretty common for me. Does he have advanced up yet? Yeah, he does. I'm really just hoping that levelers can bail me out here. I don't think I've seen any advanced units yet. Okay. They're fighting up here, but I don't know if I actually saw them. I probably heard their weapons firing. But you know, it's pretty much all that I'm banking on right now is that these will bail me out. And once again, letting a single flash get through. This game is hard, man. It is so hard. You can see he has a nice little section cut off here. Cheeky little dude. I will say, like, at least I'm, you know, being pretty diligent about getting cons out to reclaim and rebuild. I am not wasting time with that. That's good. Hey, I killed a con. Ooh, I might get another con. Yeah, I just got absolutely shredded. On down. See, this is a decent little raid. But this is going to hurt. And look at my amount of units compared to his. I don't really have much to be able to contest that. Let's check out totals. He's only 5k ahead, which I'm honestly kind of surprised. I thought it would be a lot more. Yeah, these guys are getting in pretty decent. Not too bad. Probably, no? 42? Thought it'd be more than that. I'm splitting my units apart. That's something new that I've been doing recently. I held that off at least for now. Oh. Unfortunate way to lose a con. Yeah, that wasn't bad. So I had a tiny little raid over here, killed 2 cons, build some energy, couple maxes, not bad. Oh, was that a con? I'm just absolutely shredded by LLTs. That might stop it. I told you to. Oh, I have him selected. That's why. You were on hold fire already. Why were you doing that? Turn these back on. Alright, so it looks like he's just trying to consolidate his units now. He's starting to expand more out here. He's gonna set up defenses over here. I am just in like try to survive mode. Idle cons. Taking the postal strategy yet again. Gonna try to do a raid up here. So I had a con die, but I don't think I actually saw it, so I don't know exactly what kind of defenses he has up here. I don't actually remember if I kill this. I don't think I do. Maybe these ones will kill it as they run by. So he's reacting by pulling his stuff up this way. Okay, I did see it finally. But yeah, this is actually very helpful for me. It gives me time to like start reclaiming this stuff. Like I've got the 2 idle cons back here. I'm now putting into use. So I imagine these are gonna get shredded, blown to bits. One thing that's crazy about LLTs is that they don't often leave like these bigger wrecks behind. It's more often the tiny little like just dust. Look at that. I killed 2 LLTs and a Mex. Jeez. Three LLTs, okay. And 2 gators survived. And this one only because it didn't go in. And he's about to hit back hard. Oh, yeah, I finally decided to take out over here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, meal. Run, Con, run! Alright, so Jordan's going to try to reposition. As he started... He has 1... looks like that's the only one he has so far. Do I have any completed? I have 1. Funny that I chose like that one when, you know, his units are up here and this is the one I build. Oh man, I make great decisions, dude. That's doing absolutely nothing. See, like him just going back and forth defending. Like, just look at the sheer amount of units he was able to build up. Like, sure, he probably could have killed me if he played more aggressively. But he's getting to a point where when he does decide to move forward and attack, there's just no way that I'd be able to stop all of it. And it looks like that time is coming now. Look at the map, man. And like I see it now and I am absolutely freaking out. I keep those guys going up and try to pull back some others to help, but oh my goodness, look at all that. Unit difference. Units. Yeah, he's over 100 units ahead. I'm trying to pump out levelers as fast as possible now. But the game is over. I'll say that I played this game better than I did GPP. I would say my main downfall was energy yet again. And then, you know, slight mistakes of not rating correctly, not defending as well as I could. But a main, like, systemic issue that I carry from game to game is not managing my energy production. And once again, got a second lab up, didn't have the energy to fund it. And that led me into accessing metal. And that led me to going into advanced probably too early. Yeah. Look at the score screen. Here we go. Total metal produced, honestly, wasn't as big of a deficit for me that I would expect from that type of loss, from eventually getting completely overwhelmed. One thing that's funny is that I stalled on energy so hard for a little bit, but look at my excess. I still had a good bit more excess energy than Jorn. Yeah, but that's it. The series ends in 2 games. It will not go to a game 3. And it was fun. I definitely enjoyed the tournament. Wasn't, I didn't really play as well as I had hoped I would, but it was decent. Let's take a look at the bracket again. Yeah, so I will drop out completely. Jorn will move on, and he will face. Shoot, who will he face? Oh, he's going to face the loser of Smokester and Metin. Um, so that Metin will definitely be the favorite there. Smokester is no slouch, as you can see from my games in the best of 10 with him. He is a very solid player. And so that could be a great series. And Jordan is obviously very talented as well. So that should be a great match. Yeah, look forward for some more content and catch you later. Bye bye.